Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classic, Non-Classics. This is episode number 1564 and Doubleshot number 1458. Got two more DC trades. One is trade from an ongoing series. The other one is a mini-series that kind of has a Batman character in it. First up it is Justice League Death Metal. Yes, it is the Death Metal tie-in issues for the main crossover. Which, that's interesting, though, that this is the only ongoing series for the Death Metal crossover that was featured part of the crossover, because last one featured a few. This is the only one that came out, and this book is not very long. It's only 5 issues. Yep, and this book is written by Joshua Williamson. Yeah, he is the writer of these issues. By far I believe this is the first. He did also write the Death Metal issue, one of the Death Metal issues, that was part of that crossover. I think it was Gotham Resistance. I think Gotham Resistance. This collects issues, Justice League issues, from Volume 4, issues 53 to 57. Here's a fun fact for you. These are the last issues before Brian Michael Bendis takes over the book. Yeah, he takes over like right after these issues wrapped up. It's simply put, like, it's basically not the regular Justice League characters. It's just basically a group of characters who call themselves Justice League. And this is basically what these characters are up to during the events of Death Metal. Now, the primary characters we have in these issues are Nightwing, Starfire, Cyborg, Hawkgirl, and Lex Luthor, along with Detective Chimp. Yep. That's who your characters are in this book. And, of course, there's many references to the main book, which is quite nice. And, of course, the book does end leading into the finale for Dark Knight Death Metal. Yep. Excuse me. Yes. Of course, we see various stuff because of Death Metal going on, like the Hall of Justice in ruins. Now, Nightwing is trying to put together a team to basically form resistance against, not Lex Luthor per se, because he's no longer associated with the mother of the Anti-Monitor. Which, despite being alien, she's hot. I'm surprised Lex Luthor didn't basically try to seduce her, given the fact she's a beautiful woman. And probably because he's my only guess is 2 reasons why Lex never did this. I think he probably would do this because he slept with various women over the years, including a woman from his own miniseries who has similar powers to Superman. No, it's not Supergirl per se. It was a different character. 2 reasons why. 1, she's really tall. And 2, she is twice his age. That's probably the reason why. But given the fact she still looks pretty good for her age, she was over like 3,000 or 4,000 years old, she looks really good for her age. Yep. And I like the stuff in here. This actually is a lot better than the last trade that came out that I did a review for. Yep. The last trade I did was collecting the previous issues, which by far of the post-Scott Snyder stuff. Now, the Robert Diddy stuff, that was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Last trade, the one to collect issues, I think was like 48, I think it was, to 52. Not the good of issues. No, by far the weakest of issues. This is good. Really good. And unlike the last trade that came out, where I had to get that from Amazon, this one I didn't. Nope, I actually found this in my local comic shop. They actually had this trade in. So I figured that's all, grab it. Yep. Oh yeah, in this book, only $16.99. Not bad, given the fact it only contains 5 issues. Yep. The artwork in here is done by 2 artists. Robinson Rucka and Hammerkato, who's also the inker for in here. Mm-hmm. The cover for the trade here, this is Howard Porter and Hi-Fi. I believe he's a colorist in here. But man, this artwork, this story stuff is like so good. Yeah, we start with the Justice League before they stuff that leads into the story is called Doom Metal. That's what the story is called, but it's a Death Metal tie-in for this thing. This book is just really, really good. Just thoroughly enjoyable. Even teams with some villains in here, which is quite nice. I give this a 9.5 out of 10. Just a damn good book. And also, that's the last of the death metal tie-in books. I've reviewed everything related to death metal. Yes, everything. Like the original Dark Knight's Metal, the original crossover, where I own everything for that one and I reviewed everything. This one kind of the same thing too. Though, one thing unique about this crossover is that there is a boatload of one-shots. They're collecting about 3 or 4 different trades, which is a lot. You ever heard of a crossover where it just has an ongoing series that has the main mini-series, one ongoing series tied into, and a boatload of one-shots? They're giant-sized one-shots. Not me, aside from this one. Do what I can think of anyways. And that was like this. Yep. Alright, moving on to Gotham City Monsters. This is written by Steve Orlando. Yep, Steve Orlando writes this. One of the handful of books I've actually read about him. I mean, I've also viewed Justice League, America, Supergirl. Let's see, Batman Shadow, Night of the Monster Man. The guy I've reviewed a good chunk of at least I'd say about 10 to 15% of his work for DC. This is a miniseries. I think this came out just a couple years, at least about last year, I think it was. Actually, it came out, it started late 2019, wrapped up in early 2020. Now, the stars of this book are quite interesting. Yes, you can see the cover. You have frickin' Killer Croc here, along with Frankenstein, Age of Shade. Looks like Calaran the Witch. It looks like Calaran the Witch Boy, Lady Clayface, and Orca. Yes, though they're joined halfway through the miniseries by Batwoman. Because why the heck not? It's a good monster story in here. And I'm surprised. Now, as for this group per se, the way the thing ended, you could have had another book, but so far, nothing. It's been like a year since this miniseries ended. Now, the story for this is that we have these various people who are attacked by these monsters, and they're basically for team with each other. And you gotta love the fact that the artist of this book, who is Clay Mantman, does a really good job drawing Frankenstein. Yes, little fun fact about this Frankenstein. This Frankenstein is a creation of Grant Morrison. This is not the Elizabeth Shelley version, despite that being inspired by it, but this is the one that Grant Morrison created for the Seven Soldiers of Victory. His first appearance was Seven Soldiers of Victory Frankenstein #1. That's when he first showed up, and then, of course, post-Flashpoint, he became part of the agency known as SHADE, led by Father Time, who took in the form of a little girl. Yeah, it was a weird story. I will eventually review that someday. Yep. And I love the fact that we have, when Batwoman shows up in here, she has a very good conversation with Lady Clayface. And here's the thing. Despite the fact Batwoman is noteworthy being a lesbian, she does try to seduce Sandra Clay. Nope. I was kind of surprised that they brought her in, because I don't think she's ever featured prior to this miniseries. No, I don't think so. Let's see. For me. Because I think this was basically her first full appearance, was this very miniseries. Because her last appearance was a cameo in Batgirl. Yep, Batgirl. Yep. Now, here's the thing about Lady Clayface. There is no mention of her relationship with the guy who's actually her husband. Yep. And they also feature return of the Mad Monk in here. Yes, the Mad Monk, who dies in the first issue. Yep. They also have death of the character known as Tusk, who was a character who appeared in like who is a pretty Tomasi character, he died too. Yeah, it's like we killed monsters in here just cause. Yep. Yeah, we also feature a vampire. Oh, I thought this was Caloran. No, this is actually, yeah, the guy here in the chalk white skin. That's Andrew Bennett from the star of the I Vampire series, which I believe this was actually his first appearance. Because here's the strange thing about this guy. He first shows up in his own series, and of course make a guest appearance in the pages of Justice League Dark, per se, yes. But here's the thing. Right after his series wrapped up, yes, he did appear briefly for Justice League Dark, and appeared a little bit in Volume 2, appeared both annuals. But this miniseries by far was his most recent appearance to date for the character. Excuse me. Well, because I think like his last official appearance was actually in Justice League number 8. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, was there any other major deaths in the series aside from the Mad Monk? Well, no. We do have Davey Carol, a character known as the Red Phantom. Yeah, he's the original character for this series. Let's see. I mean, as far as I can tell, aside from the death of the Mad Monk, which that was interesting. Yeah, there's also even the Monster League of Evil. That was really cool. It's almost like if Linkar ever get a chance to review this for, let's say for, how should I put this? I think he should review this book. Because this book fit perfectly with Long Box of the Dam. I mean, it's just 6-issue miniseries featuring monsters. Yeah. This book is just really good. This is thoroughly enjoyable. Yeah, just could be. But it's interesting that they killed the Mad Monk in the opening issue. Yes, the Mad Monk. A character who is a creation of Matt Wagner. And you probably scratch your head. Nick, who is Matt Wagner? He is he created the character Grendel for Dark Horse, who also got a chance to fight the Shadow. That's something I might review in the near future. It's possible. But this is really good. 9.5 out of 10. Just a damn good book. Yeah, it's a thoroughly enjoyable book, and this is one of those books basically DC's done. Another one of those books, like I said, where I would love to see a follow-up to this. Yes, it left open for that. Could it be possible we could have a follow-up to it? Yes, I do think so. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a follow-up to this one. Not really, no. Will I think DC do it? Probably not. Yep. So yeah, that's it for Cycle Review. Stay tuned for next Comic Corner, which will be digital stuff. That'll be up soon, okay? Next video. Bye.